And we are live. Welcome back to Takes by Fans. We have a great show for you today. As always, be sure to follow me on Twitter at Takes by Fans and be a part of the conversation. And come watch live daily, noon Eastern, twitch.tv/Takes by Fans or at our website, takesbyfans.com. Go to the watch tab, hit play. And whenever we are live on the site. We are live right now. We are live on the site. Folks, it is that easy. So you've got multiple ways to watch. So just make sure you're watching for all your daily sports content. Alrighty, what is today? Thursday, so we guessed the lines. We start talking about the Week 7 matchups a little bit. Got a good little perspective of, what happened in the league, as we've been talking about it, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. So here we are on Thursday, right on time for Thursday Night Football. Giants, Eagles tonight, going to be a good one. We'll break that down as well. And, we'll guess the lines and react. Are we on track with what Vegas is thinking this week? I think we should be. All right. Before we get into all that, though, there are a couple of stories we do need to talk about. So let's dive right into it. All right, we haven't really had any, big COVID news come out this week or really last week. We've been pretty good so far. But, Raiders put tackle Trent Brown on the COVID-19 list, and that's not great. So he's got COVID, or he tested positive for COVID, so he's on the COVID-19 list. And as just a precaution, they sent the entire starting offensive line home yesterday during practice. So, they're all, this game is planned on being played. This isn't an outbreak. This is just one player, and we know the NFL is not canceling games because one player got COVID. This was yesterday, so we'll see if all these Raiders tests throughout these next couple days come back negative. But so far, expect the Raiders to be playing the Bucs this week. So that should go off without a hitch. But we will have to kind of keep an eye on the Raiders because they currently do have a COVID player. Not great, but could be worse, right? It's just one player, and they sent the other lineman home just as caution because they're around him. All right, and then just today, this broke an hour ago, right before we went on air. The Vikings, who just got defensive end Yannick Ngakoue from the Browns, are now trading him. So this Vikings defense that wasn't already not very good before, they just lose probably their best player that they just traded for, literally in the offseason right before the season started. He's played like 7 games here, 6 games for the Vikings, and now they trade him. They ended up getting him for a 2nd and 5th round pick, and now they trade him away for a 3rd and 5th round pick. So, really nothing totally lost. It's just, the Vikings, they thought they wanted him, but decided they didn't. So they get rid of Ngakoue, who they literally just got, but they trade him, and we'll keep an eye on the draft deadline as it approaches. I think it's week 8. Is it next week? So, expect next week a lot of trades to be happening before the deadline, which I think is next Thursday, I believe. Should be. So we'll keep an eye on the trade deadline. And the final story, the one that broke right after we went off air, and now I have to hear this as a Dolphins fan. Ryan Fitzpatrick said that the Dolphins' decision to start Tua broke his heart, and now we've got to deal with sad Fitzpatrick, and everybody on Twitter and the media is saying, you know what, why are the Dolphins doing this? I don't understand the move. There's no reason to make this move. I'm like, folks, relax, please. It's not like Ryan Fitzpatrick was putting up, Russell Wilson numbers. The man was 3-3. We'll break down the numbers in just a second. But Ryan Fitzpatrick, you are a career backup. We drafted Tua, our 1st round pick. Did you think that this was still going to be your team? You might have thought that you had an entire year, but no, circumstances change. We're 3-3. We're competitive. Our offensive line is decent. Our, weapons are actually doing very well. So everything is in place to start a rookie quarterback. Sorry, Ryan Fitzpatrick, your feelings got hurt. This is a business, folks. This is professional sports. You get beat out of your, spot sometimes. Ryan Fitzpatrick, you are a career backup. Should I mention your starting record? Because I'm pretty sure you wouldn't want me to bring it up because it's not good at all. We will talk about that in a second. We will bring up the stats. But, 3-3 record, we're competitive because of Ryan Fitzpatrick. So definitely I thank Ryan Fitzpatrick. We won our primetime game Thursday Night Football because of Ryan Fitzpatrick. Thank you. Thank you for getting us to 3-3. Your services, unfortunately, are no longer needed because we've got Tua waiting in the wings. So Ryan Fitzpatrick, he gives this kind of quote here: "My heart just hurt all day. It was heartbreaking for me. I've been a starter, I've been benched, all kinds of different ways, but this one just really more so than any of them. I just felt fully committed and invested and felt like this was my team." And it was your team for 6 weeks, but we've got to move on at some point. You're still throwing interceptions. It's not like you're 6-0, you're 3-3. That's literally average. You win one, you lose one. And that's what we've been saying. That's what I've been saying. We get the Fitz magic game, then we get the Fitz tragic game. It just happens. So the fact that he comes out here and gives this sob story, and we're supposed to feel bad for him. Like, why? You've had a huge, long career in this league. You're probably the best backup quarterback in NFL history. I don't think there's a better one in the league, to be honest. And that's something to definitely, be proud of and, take pride in, to be the best backup. You're not a starter, Ryan. I'm sorry. You hop around the league. You come in for a couple of games when the starting quarterback is injured, and, we know when we can start you, that we really have like a 50-50 chance of winning every game, which is, kind of the lowest of what you want. You want to, have at least a 50-50 chance of winning any game. And we get that with Ryan Fitzpatrick. That's why his backup career has been so long in the league, because teams know he's reliable. He can come in. He can win you the big game if he can, if he needs to. But he'll also perform not well on other occasions. So I'm not buying the sob story. I'm all 100% in on Tua. I like the call. I think it's a great call. It's an aggressive call, and it's a respectable call to put him in here. Coming off, putting him in after the bye, it just makes the most sense. You give this man an extra week to work with. We do, our next game is at home for Tua. That's even more perfect. It's against the Rams, who do have a good defense and a pretty good offense, but we should still be competitive. Our defense should hold the Rams to probably, 25 or less points, and Tua, he has the ability with our weapons to go and beat it. So I like the call. I'm not buying the sob story. Can everybody relax and saying, the Dolphins are wrong for starting Tua and benching this man? Look what you're doing to this man. You're breaking his heart. Relax, folks. He's been in the league. He's a hardened veteran. I'm surprised he even came out and said this, to be honest. I get, you felt good that you were winning games with the Dolphins, but we literally drafted a quarterback in the first round. So I don't know what he was thinking, that he was going to be the starter for 4 years or whatever. I'm not buying the sob story. And now I have to talk about your stats, and I don't want to, but we have to, since you're bringing out this sob story that this was, your team and you were fully committed. Oh, you were fully committed? So 10 touchdowns and 7 interceptions is fully committed from you? Now I can understand why you're not a starting quarterback, right? Here we go. Now you're making me mean, and I don't want to be mean to Ryan Fitzpatrick, but I got to talk about the career record, 58-86-1. Not great. That's actually very not good. You lost more than you won. You're under 50% winning percentage. Not good, Ryan, but this is your team, and you are fully committed, yada, yada, yada. All right, also your career completion percentage is 60%. Not great. We need at least like 62 to 63%. But all right, now let's go into the game logs. He is 3-3. Let's start with the losses first. All right, we open up 2 losses. The first one against New England, where he threw 3 interceptions. Not good. We could have won that game. They only put up 21 points. We lost by 10. You threw 3 interceptions and no touchdowns and only 191 yards. That's not good. That's dink and dunk, man. We know this. And then week 2, you played good. I can give you this one, but we still lost because of it. Unfortunate. 2 touchdowns, no picks. He cleaned that up. The completion percentage was good, 66%. The yards was good, 328. That's good. I can give you that, but it was still a loss. All right, let's go to our third loss. 0 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. We were at home on this one against Seattle, one of the best teams in the league. You throw 2 interceptions. It's a 1-possession game we lost by. We lost by 8 points. That's 1 possession, 2 interceptions. We got rid of 2 possessions. We could have won this game, Ryan Fitzpatrick. You threw 315 yards. I can definitely get behind that, but it did not translate to wins. So those are the losses. Multiple interceptions, 1-possession games. Big correlation, big direct cause that Ryan Fitzpatrick lost us those games. Now let's check out the wins. Thursday Night Football, we got our first win, but it was against Jacksonville. The completion percentage was fantastic, 90%. There's nothing wrong with that. But when you look at the yards, 18 of 20 completion, 160 yards. That's dink and dunk, man. 2 touchdowns, no picks. I can get behind that. But overall, you threw for 160 yards. You weren't the real reason why we won this game, Ryan. All right, I'll come back to the 49ers game, but let's skip to last week about the Jets. You threw 3 touchdowns and 2 interceptions against the Jets. We were at home, and you still got picked off by that Jets team, the 0-6 Jets, the Adam Gase coach Jets, the traded away their best player, Jamal Adams, for nothing Jets, and you throw 2 interceptions, but you're fully committed and, down for this team, but you're still throwing 2 interceptions. Oh, and you only threw for 191 yards. So you weren't even, spectacular against the bad teams, but we should keep you starting, right? And then I'll give you the 49ers game. It was a great performance, 78% completion percentage, 350 yards, 3 touchdowns, no picks. Absolutely love it. That was a great game, but it was kind of helped by our defense. Our defense benched Jimmy Garoppolo ourselves. The opposing team benched a starting quarterback because of our defense, not because Ryan Fitzpatrick had a good game. So, save me this tears, seriously. It's literally hit and miss every single time. 10 touchdowns, 7 interceptions. That's not good. That's really not good, Ryan. And, 3 games where you don't even throw 200 yards? What is that? So please save me the style story. You beat the Jags, you beat the Jets, and you beat the 49ers, who had all their pieces back on their first game back. So nothing truly impressive. You throw a lot of interceptions, even against the bad teams. I'm over it. Thank you for your service. Thank you for winning 3 games. Sincerely, from the bottom of my heart, thank you for winning those games. Truly, thank you for beating the Jacksonville Jags on Thursday Night Football. Absolutely appreciate it. But can we stop? You know what this is. You know what this was going into the season. You're the backup. You're only starting because we're trying to train Tua a little bit and not just throw him out there. We're competitive. We have a chance to be competitive. We're 3-3. We're a game out from, number 1 in the division. There's an extra wild card spot. This is about winning now. We have the chance to win now. We're going to try and win now. Sorry, Ryan. Your time is up. I'm over it. I don't want to say I lost a little respect with this quote, but I was just like, really, dude, come on. You know what this is. You're a veteran. This should not have come to any surprise to this man. He's been in the league forever. He's been a career backup forever. I'm over it. But that's all the stories that I wanted to just quickly get out of the way before we start talking about these Week 7 games. I feel like we are in a good position to talk about these games. We went in depth into Week 6 until yesterday. We did our film review, and we've kind of learned a lot from there. A lot of teams are still like what we thought of them. Nobody really moved up in our mind, except the Titans. I'm totally buying the Titans. So here we go. Let's go through every matchup this week. We'll guess the lines, and then we'll see what Vegas says, see if we're off, see if we're on, and see if we have any early easy picks. If we see any lines that we love right off the rip, we'll have our genuine reactions. So here we go. We'll start it here for Thursday Night Football, Giants, Eagles. Alrighty, we may be able to get some value in this line. I'm going to tell you how I think this line should be, and then I'll tell you if Vegas is going to agree with this line. So, the Eagles should be heavy favorites, folks. The Eagles should be heavy favorites. We know the Giants struggle. They're not good. Their defense is not good. Daniel Jones is not clutch. The only reason why the Giants won last week against Washington, they were at home in that game, and the only reason why they won was because Washington missed a 2-point conversion. That's why the Giants won. Not because of their offense, but kind of lucked out by their defense and Kyle Allen not being clutch. Unfortunate. Now, this Eagles team, they get some of their weapons back offensively, which has been, the big knock that we've been hearing all week. Carson Wentz has no help. They've got no weapons anywhere, blah, blah, blah. We know this. Okay, but the Eagles, they are clearly the better team. They do have the better quarterback. I'm not a big fan of Carson Wentz, but I think he can definitely, his mistakes are fixable, where Daniel Jones, I do like the kid, but he doesn't translate to wins for some reason. Where Carson Wentz, we know he can throw no interceptions. We know it. We've seen him do it. So the fact that he's coming out here and throwing, multiple interceptions every game, that's something that he can definitely clean up. Now the Eagles are at home. Another big plus for them. I think this line really should be Eagles -7. They are clearly the better team. Don't get bogged down by, these records. Giants 1-5 and the Eagles 1-4-1. Don't get bogged down by that. Giants on the road, not looking good. Also, don't get too caught up on the Giants versus Dallas game where the Giants scored 30-something points. That was against the Cowboys defense, the worst defense in the league. The Eagles defense is a little bit better in the league. The Eagles had a decent second half, late third quarter on last week. Now, a big key out for the Eagles is Miles Sanders. Now, why is that a huge out for them? We've been talking about the last 2 weeks. Carson Wentz isn't able to be good in the first quarter, throws interceptions, 3 and outs, can't get the ball moving. But Miles Sanders against the Steelers 2 weeks ago jump-started the offense with a 75-yard run. The Eagles were able to kind of capitalize and kind of rally off that momentum and continue to score points and make the game a little bit closer than what it actually was. Then last week, same thing happened, but this time it was, the third quarter. The Eagles, Miles Sanders run came, I think, late first quarter against the Steelers, jump-started the offense, but this time it came late in the third or early in the third quarter. That jump-started the offense. The Eagles were able to build off that momentum. So with Miles Sanders being out, they're not able to jump-start their offense a little bit. They could struggle, but the Eagles are facing the Giants, and the Giants are not good. So that's all the situations surrounding this game. I think Carson Wentz is going to kind of come out here and prove himself. They have every chance to take advantage of this kind of poor division. They have a chance to really kind of prove that they can be front runners. They have the quarterback to do it. They do have the head coach to do it. I think this spread should be around 7. I truthfully do think that. But I can see in a situation where Vegas would kind of put this one maybe -3. If it's Eagles -2 or anything less than that, you hammer Eagles money line, because you wouldn't have to, buy lose too much value by going from -2 to the money line. You pretty much get the same odds there. But if we're going from like -7 to the money line, you lose a lot there in the odds. So if it's Eagles -3, which I don't think it will be. But Vegas may surprise me. Maybe Vegas isn't overvaluing the Eagles against the Giants, which I think they should be. These teams are truly not that close in how bad they are. The Eagles are both these teams are bad, but the Eagles are definitely better being bad. They've been competitive in some games against some good competition, where the Giants, really aren't. They almost lost to Washington last week. So a lot of circumstances surrounding this game. I want to see what the actual line is. I'm going to predict this one to be like Eagles -6, to be honest. You get the 3 for home field, and I think they're 3 points better, honestly. I think Carson Wentz on prime time can definitely try to clean this up. This is the perfect opportunity to do so. It's against the Giants, not a great team. Prime time game at home. Everything's kind of they get Deshaun Jackson back, huge for them. Miles Sanders being out is going to definitely hurt them, but I think Carson Wentz has a good game, and they really wouldn't have to rely, if he was playing, on Miles Sanders to jumpstart the offense. So we'll see what the line is, but if it's anything Eagles, -2, I would hammer the money line Eagles all day. But we'll see what the actual line is. A lot of different circumstances, like kind of surrounding this game, but I do see this game going as Carson Wentz, 3 touchdowns, no interception, pretty good game all around, and they kind of win by, at least 10, possibly 14. But I do think I like the Eagles, and it depends if I take this game, if how big the spread is. So hopefully it's not big, but I'm assuming it's going to be pretty big. Alrighty, so that's Thursday Night Football tonight, 8:15 kickoff. 8:20 kickoff on Fox. So we will be watching that. And, yeah, we'll have our moneymaker pick on that game at the end of the show when we reveal the actual line. Alrighty, here we go. The Sunday slate. Lions, Falcons. Falcons are at home. Alrighty, this one's interesting. Falcons, looking very good. 40 points last week without their head coach. Now they're back at home, feeling good. The Lions coming off of a win, but it was against the Jags, and still I don't like what I see when we watch the Lions offense in our film review. I'm truly not buying anything. I'm not buying Matt Stafford. I'm not buying Adrian Peterson. I might be buying Deontay Swift, something Swift. I might be buying him a little bit, but everything else, I'm not really big in the Lions. I love the Falcons offense. I think they win this game. They're at home and they're feeling loose and they're feeling good. I mean, they scored 10 points in every quarter. That was a perfect game in a sense offensively. They were scoring points literally throughout the entire game. That's what you want to see from the first quarter to the fourth quarter. 10 points every quarter, folks. I still like their offense. Their defense definitely needs to be cleaned up a little bit, but they picked off Kirk Cousins 3 times last week. That's something to definitely buy into. Maybe it was Dan Quinn that was holding this team back. We saw, Houston win week 1, lose week 2 without their head coach. We saw the Falcons win week 1 without their head coach. We're going into week 2 with the Lions, but I think I like the Falcons here. I'm going to have it predicted at Falcons -3. I think Vegas will see these teams as pretty much even. We'll get the Falcons the -3 because of the home field. But yeah, I like every aspect of the Falcons offense better than the Lions offense, and even without a head coach, I think I like the Falcons head coach better than Matt Patricia. Is that blasphemous? I don't know. But yeah, we'll have Falcons -3, and we might be able to get some good value here. If it's Falcons -3, I like it, and if it's anything less than that, I absolutely love it. We'll see what Vegas has it, but I think I'm gonna be comfortable with rocking Falcons -3. Alrighty, Browns and Bengals. This one's going to be real weird. How is Baker Mayfield going to bounce back after losing last week and throwing 3 interceptions on only 18 throws? I mean, not great. Joe Burrow at home, coming off of probably a disappointing loss. I mean, they were up 21-0 on the road against the Colts. They were probably feeling very good. But there's been a lot of concerns about this Bengals team with players wanting to get traded and all of that, so maybe the locker room isn't going to be the best for the Bengals. The Browns, I mean, they've proven that they can be pretty effective against the bad teams, but I'm seeing what Kevin Stefanski's doing, and I'm not liking it now. I mean, I kind of applauded the trick plays, but I kind of forgot the saying I try to live by when I watch teams play. If your head coach is doing trick plays, that means he doesn't trust your quarterback. He doesn't trust you to get the ball in the hands of the playmaker, so we have to try to run a lot of misdirection. I talked about it with Josh Allen in the playoffs where McDermott would just kind of run trick plays that entire first series. That's how they scored the touchdown. That's how they kind of opened up the scoring. And then Josh Allen goes to score no touchdowns for the rest of the game. He didn't have any touchdowns in the playoff game. So they weren't trusting him to make the big plays. They relied on trick plays. We saw the Browns do it against Dallas, and it worked. And I kind of fell in love with the offense. But now that Baker Mayfield is trying to be the one that's leading this team, and he's still throwing interceptions. So I guess Kevin Stefanski just does not trust Baker Mayfield to throw the ball. That's where all the trick plays are coming from. So I think I stay away from this game. Yeah, the Bengals, they're up and coming. The Browns are kind of established. They have so much talent, but it's Baker Mayfield, and we can't trust them. So I probably stay away from this game. We'll probably have this one. I don't even know what to call this one, to be honest. Bengals -3 because of home field. Who's the better team overall? Are the Browns even the better team? Try not to fall in love with their 4-2 record. I know it's hard, but Baker Mayfield truly is just not a good quarterback. He can't win the big games, but the Bengals aren't like a big team. The Browns are on the road, which is definitely going to hurt them at least a little bit. I think we're going to call this one probably... Am I crazy here? I might go Bengals -1. Possibly Bengals -1. I definitely think I'm going to stay away from this game. Baker Mayfield's just too spotty for me. And, Joe Burrow, I mean, they proven that this Bengals team will blow leads, which is not something that you want to be a part of. Ask Atlanta. You do not want to be a part of blowing leads, and Bengals just blew 121. They were up 21-0 against the Colts last week, and they blew it. So not ready to buy into Joe Burrow just quite yet. Not ready to buy into this Bengals defense just quite yet. And I'm definitely do not want to rock with Baker Mayfield. So we'll see what the official line is, but I think I'm staying away from this game this week. Alrighty, Packers and Texans, and dang, this is going to be a good game. Both of these teams kind of coming off of crushing losses. Packers coming off undefeated off the bye, and then Aaron Rodgers throws 2 picks against the Bucs, and then they lose, and Tom Brady goes and throws 4 touchdowns in the second quarter. I know he didn't throw, but they scored 4 touchdowns in the second quarter. So that was definitely a deflating loss for the Packers, where the Texans, they scored 36 points last week against the Titans, their most points scored this season, and they were, feeling confident, but they ended up losing because Ryan Tannehill and Derrick Henry are clutch AF, right? So this one's going to be close. Texans at home, love it. Packers coming off a loss, love it. So this game really could go either way. I probably stay away from this game as well. Just too tough to kind of come down to, honestly. Both teams coming off of losses. If one of these teams won last week, it would probably make my decision to pick a winner here a little bit easier. But I don't know which team's going to lose 2-0. Both high-powered offenses. They've shown that they can move the ball downfield. Both good quarterbacks. Texans defense definitely needs a little bit of work, but Deshaun Watson really kind of bails them out every time. So this one's going to be interesting. I think I am going to have it at Texans -3. I think this one should be pretty much even. You give Texans -3 just for the home field, but I think equally these teams are pretty similar. Great quarterbacks that can deliver the ball to their weapons pretty accurately, and you'll love to see it. They can both put up the points. So we have it at Texans -3. We'll see what the official line is, but I mean, if Packers are getting 3, I think I might have to rock with it. Aaron Rodgers coming off of a loss. He's going to play angry. This Texans defense is anything special. It's inside of a dome, so we don't have to worry about any weather. I think we go Packers +3 here, but we will see what the official line is when we get there. Alrighty, Panther Saints. Saints coming off of a bye. We love it. They're at home. We love it. 1 o'clock kickoff time. We love it. Panthers not being very good. We love it. So everything's pointing to the Saints here. I absolutely love it. It's probably going to be high. We're hoping not too high. I'm hoping it's under the 7 mark. I can rock with it. If it's under 7, if it's anything over 7, we will have to try and reevaluate it here. Hopefully we get some good value with maybe Vegas overvaluing the Panthers with their 3-3 record, but Saints off of a bye, Drew Brees with all their weapons, Michael Thomas looking to possibly come back. I think he just practiced yesterday, so hopefully he's good to go. But yeah, I think we like the Saints here. I think it's going to be high. I'm going to overplay it. I think they go Saints -8. If it's Saints -6, anything under 7, you hammer it big. Saints win. I think they win big here. We can't trust this Carolina team without Christian McCaffrey. They're just kind of hit and miss. I really don't know where to kind of put this Panthers team. Every time I watch them, I'm just like, oh, do I like them? Oh, I think I do. Maybe not. How are they winning? I'm not buying into them. I really don't know anything about this Panthers team. Every time I watch, it's just something different, and I don't like it. And Teddy Bridgewater's kind of hit and miss. He'll go and throw, 3 touchdowns, no interceptions, but then he'll throw no touchdowns, like 1 interception. And it's just real weird. I really don't know how to place this Panthers team. I can just know that I don't feel comfortable rooting for them. I wouldn't feel comfortable betting them. So if it's Saints, anything less than a touchdown, I love it. We'll have it predicted at Saints -8 and go from there. But Saints off of a bye, Drew Brees off of a bye, Sean Payton off of a bye. Saints have so many more offensive weapons than the Panthers do, and the Saints, their defense is good. They just need to not commit penalties, and they'll be fine. So, like the Saints here. We'll see what the actual line is. Hopefully it's something less than 7, but we'll have it at Saints -8 because I think Vegas, they're kind of hip. I think they'll be hip to this game, unfortunately. Alrighty, Bills, Jets. All right, Josh Allen fans, we should be expecting an apology. Bills facing a bad Jets team. Josh Allen should throw 5 touchdowns and no picks, and then everybody's going to be, see, we told you, Josh Allen's actually good, and we're going to be here on Monday talking about, can we all relax? We probably won't even look at this game. We probably won't even talk about this game because it's against the Jets. Do we care? I didn't care that the Dolphins won 24. Well, I do care because they shut them out. So, the only shutout of the season. We'll see if the Bills can do it. If not, I will be bringing that up. But, Jets, absolutely pathetic. I don't think Sam Darnold is playing. Obviously, Le'Veon Bell is no longer there. Adam Gase is still absolute garbage. They've got no weapons offensively. They've got no pieces defensively. Bills are coming off of a 2-game losing streak. They're going to be coming out swinging. This one's probably going to be like Bills minus 13, truthfully. And I think it's kind of fine to take. I mean, Josh Allen against bad teams, he puts up the numbers. He should be putting up the numbers after losing to the Chiefs at home on Thursday. I mean, the Bills, they're just a better team. Their defense is good. Their offense is good. Their coach is better. Everything about the Bills is better than the Jets. I can go through everything wrong with the Jets, but we've been doing that every single week for the first 6 weeks of the season. So, the Jets are absolutely trash. Bills minus 13 is going to be the prediction. It could even be more than that. We'll look at the prop bets to see how much we can buy this Bills team. I mean, I would go Bills minus 30, to be honest. We'll see if we can bet it, and we'll see what the lines are. But, Bills. Easy. Jets are trash. Alrighty, Cowboys in Washington, and oh boy, what is going to happen on this game? We've got reports from Cowboys players saying Mike McCarthy has a bad IQ, and the coaches don't know what we're doing, and we're totally unprepared, and we definitely see that. That is definitely showing on Sundays when we watch the Cowboys. They truly do not look like they know what they're doing. If you give up 30-plus points to the Giants, that's not good. So the Cowboys get Washington here. Washington, kind of came off of a decent game last week against the Giants. They lost, but Kyle Allen played okay. He's dink and dunk. He's not anything great. Is he better than Andy Dalton? No. Is Andy Dalton better than Kyle Allen? No, maybe. But I mean, both these quarterbacks are not good. This Cowboys defense is absolutely atrocious. Absolutely. They have to go on the road. Division game. Ron Rivera definitely is going to have Washington ready to play this game. Chase Young is going to want to rock Andy Dalton. We saw what the Cardinals did to the Cowboys last week. 2 fumbles by Zeke and 2 interceptions by Andy Dalton. So Washington's football's team, who I think may have the best defense in the NFC East. Am I crazy for saying that? I don't think I am. I think that they locked down this Cowboys team. I'm not ready to believe in Andy Dalton. It doesn't look like, Mike McCarthy's not letting him, or I should say Kellen Moore is not letting Andy Dalton kind of open up the offense. Everything's really conservative, dink and dunk. Zeke's in a funk where he's fumbling. Is he still going to fumble? Probably. Washington, Cowboys are on the road, and Washington's defense is not horrible. So this one's going to be a little interesting. This one we might get some good value here with Washington. That's all I'm going to say. But I'm going to think it's tough. I think I might have this one as a pick-em, to be honest. Washington, you give them the -3 for the home field. But I think Vegas may value the Cowboys' offensive roster a little bit and factor that into the spread and probably buy that one down to probably Washington -1 or a pick-em. Washington -1 I think is going to be my official pick, but definitely could be a pick-em. We could get some value picking Washington. We probably stay away from this game because Cowboys, theoretically, on paper, this team should not be 2-5 exiting this game. They really shouldn't. Washington should not be 2-5 exiting this game. On paper, they shouldn't. But the Cowboys organization, these reports coming out, Mike McCarthy, truly, he's not a good coach. I'm telling y'all. Aaron Rodgers doesn't like you. That's not a good sign, right? And Mike McCarthy, he just doesn't seem energized on the bench. I mean, when you watch any other team, you see the head coach going up and down the sideline, talking to their assistants, hyping up their players. But literally, Mike McCarthy's on the sideline, and I don't think his lips move once. Remove the mask. Take off the mask for one game, Mike McCarthy, because I guarantee he's just standing there straight-lipped, closed mouth, breathing through his nose, and just not doing anything. I would rather have the clapping after 3 and outs, after not picking up the 3rd and 2. I would love the clapping at that point over the silence of Mike McCarthy. So with the reports that are coming out about this Cowboys coaching staff, I'm going to stay away from the game, but we could get some good value if Vegas overvalues the Cowboys offensive roster over the Washington football team. We could get some good value. Washington straight up's good value. Washington -1's pretty good value. Anything other than that's a little iffy, but yeah, I think I like Washington at home here. Alrighty, Seattle and Cardinals. Ooh, boy, this is going to be a good matchup. Seattle coming off of a bye, good for them. But Cardinals coming off of a very dominant win against the Cowboys, getting their swagger back a little bit, if you will. Kyler Murray looked good, not passing, good everything else. He completed 33%, not great, but they kind of got their confidence back. They were able to put up points. They were able to get turnovers. Confidence is boosting through this Cardinals organization. Where the Seahawks are coming off of a bye, Russell Wilson's looking very good. DK Metcalf's looking great. There's talk swirling that the Seahawks are going to sign Antonio Brown. Antonio Brown is going to be in the sweepstakes for somebody. He's suspended until week 8. So, until then, teams are hesitant to sign him, but we're getting close to week 8, y'all. So our teams are going to make the jump at him, and Seahawks seem to be the front runner with AB working out in the offseason with Russell Wilson. There's video of it on Twitter. Seahawks are going to be, kind of well rested, very well prepared for this game. I don't think Jamal Adams is playing this week, unfortunately, so that is definitely going to hurt the Seahawks defense a little bit. All right, but Pete Carroll, this Cardinals team is still forcing the ball to DeAndre Hopkins, so I expect Pete Carroll and the Seahawks defense to kind of figure this out. They're not going to allow DeAndre Hopkins to catch the ball 8 times for 200 yards and 2 touchdowns. The Seahawks are not going to allow that. They are going to shut that down. Cardinals are at home, though. That's a very big silver lining for them. Russell Wilson, we'll see how he plays. Everything points to he's going to have a 3-touchdown, 0-interception game and be very competitive. So this one's going to be a very close game. Cardinals at home scares me a little bit, but Seahawks are coming off of a bye. And the Cardinals, Kyler Murray, he didn't look great last game, 33% completion, and they were able to still win because of those high turnovers. They had 4 turnovers in that game, folks. So Seahawks, they're not going to turn the ball over 4 times. Russell Wilson does not throw interceptions like that. Chris Carson does not fumble like that. I think the Seahawks team is better than the Cardinals. The Cardinals seem like a one-trick pony. DeAndre Hopkins, that's it. Luckily for the Cardinals, Kenyon Drake went off for 160 yards rushing, and that really jump-started the offense. But they were still forcing the ball to DeAndre Hopkins. We went through the targets, folks. DeAndre Hopkins had like 10. The next highest receiver had like 4. So they still try to overfeed DeAndre Hopkins the ball. Not big fan of it. This one's going to be a little interesting. I think this one's definitely going to be a pick'em. You get Cardinals to 3 points for home field, but Seahawks coming off of a bye, and overall I think is the better team. So I think that brings it down to 0 points, pick'em, and this one's going to be a little interesting to pick. I'll have to think about it a little bit. We'll see what the official line is. All right, Chiefs, Broncos, and Chiefs and Broncos. Broncos coming off of a good win against New England, but Drew Lock threw no touchdowns, and they kicked 6 field goals. They scored 18 points and almost lost. Drew Lock threw 2 interceptions in the 4th quarter. Not great. Chiefs are obviously better than the Broncos. They have a better offense. Their defense is better. They just got Le'Veon Bell, who will probably make his debut this week, so expect to see a lot of maybe trick plays with Le'Veon Bell to get him jump-started into this offense, to make a huge splash, to dominate social media. You could definitely see that. Chiefs coming off of a good win against Buffalo after coming off of a bad loss against the Raiders. But it should be, how is it going to be in Denver? Is it going to be rainy and wet? Possibly. It could also be very dry. I don't know. I may look into that a little bit closer. But I mean, this Broncos team, they have nothing offensively. They couldn't do anything against the Patriots last week. But Bill Belichick's defense is very good. I mean, Bill Belichick knows how to coach defense, where Andy Reid knows how to coach offense. And this Chiefs team should have really no problem putting up the points against the Broncos. I think we're gonna call this one probably Chiefs -7. Chiefs -7 on the road, possibly could even be higher, but just the way that the Chiefs kind of played against Buffalo last week and didn't really put up the offensive clinic, but it was kind of rainy, so we definitely can take that into effect, but Chiefs are definitely the better team. I mean, you just bring in Le'Veon Bell. I mean, that's 7 points alone, in my opinion, but yeah, Chiefs big here. Definitely could be bigger. It could be Chiefs -10. It would not surprise me, but we'll leave it here at Chiefs -7 and possibly take it, possibly. All right, 49ers, Patriots. All right, let's all kind of calm down on the Patriots a little bit. Cam Newton, his first game back from COVID, he's going to be a little iffy, and he was definitely iffy last game. But overall, this Patriots team at home, their defense was fantastic. I mean, you hold the team to 6 field goals, you should expect to win that game. So Cam Newton definitely just could not get it done down in the fourth quarter. We watched it yesterday in our film study. Patriots picking off Drew Lock 2 times in the fourth quarter is absolutely fantastic. Jimmy Garoppolo, he came off of a very good performance, though, himself last week against the Rams. 2 weeks ago when they got absolutely demolished by the Dolphins, 49ers clean it up a little bit and have a good game. I expect the Patriots kind of to do the same. Not very good offensively last week, but they kind of clean it up because, teams are usually not bad back-to-back weeks unless they're a bad overall team like the Jets or the Giants in Washington. Those are like the 3 bad teams of the league, but usually teams don't have really bad back-to-back games. The 49ers don't, and I don't expect the Patriots here. Patriots are at home, 4:25 kickoff. That's good time for them. They usually show out in those later games. Cam Newton is going to be eager to kind of prove himself. 49ers, Jimmy Garoppolo, he's getting back into a rhythm, which is something good, but I do not think Deebo Samuel is back. No, that is actually false. He should still be back. Before the show, I looked up I just Googled Week 7 injury report just to kind of refresh to see who was up, but it brought me to 2019's Week 7, so I was a little jumbled. Because some of the names were actually true, and I was like, "Oh, he's still out." So sometimes some things lined up early. It made me look into it a little bit, but so let me see where the 49ers at. I don't even know where they would be right here. Mostard is good to go. He's doubtful. So Mostard's not going to be good, but Deebo Samuel will be good to go. Yeah, this one's going to be interesting. Probably going to be probably Patriots. We could get some good value here because of how poorly the offense performed for the Patriots last week, but I think this was going to be like Patriots -2. I think the 49ers are the better team, but I think I get the better coach in Bill Belichick. I think I get the better coached defense, and I think Cam Newton is not going to have a stinker game like he did last week. I mean, folks, you have COVID, and then you have to go and play, you miss some time, and then you're expected to kind of resume where you left off. You're going to take a little bit of a step back. So I expect Cam Newton to have a good game here. They're at home again, so back-to-back home games, feeling rested, don't have to travel. He can definitely just kind of focus all of his energy into getting better, and I think he does. I think I like the Patriots here. If we can get them at good value, Patriots -1, pick them. I think we rock with the Patriots at home here. Alrighty, Bucks and Raiders. Raiders high-flying offenses coming off of a bye. So they go and put up 40 against the Chiefs, win that game, and have a bye and kind of celebrate the entire week. And now they come off the bye at home against Tom Brady. This is the Sunday night football game. It's going to be high energy. We saw Tom Brady, do pretty well last week in that second quarter where they were able to score 4 touchdowns, one coming from a pick six and one coming off of short field because of another interception by Aaron Rodgers. But Tom Brady didn't look bad. I just don't like how he targets tight ends over Mike Evans. I absolutely hate it. They have so many offensive weapons, and he's still only going to Gronk. That is a little bit of a red flag in my opinion. Where the Raiders, just showed, we broke down their film, 3 straight touchdowns in the second quarter, where it was just all big play after big play after big play. That's what this Raider team has, and I think that's what John Gruden's going for when he assembled this team, just speed on the offensive side and on the defensive side. I feel the Raiders can get out to a good start. Tom Brady's going to try and play catch-up, and we've seen that he really can't play catch-up. He needs to get out to a good lead, a big lead, or they're kind of doomed for the rest of the game because they shut down the safety nets, and Tom Brady seems to be struggling for some reason this season by finding his actual weapons and not just dinking and dunking to running backs and tight ends. So I think we could get some good value here. They might make this one like Bucks -2. And if we're getting any points with Raiders coming off of a bye and their offense looking so explosive, I think we take it. I think this Raiders team could definitely be the real deal. This is going to be a huge game for them. Definitely their toughest opponent. Should I say that? Is Chiefs their toughest opponent, or is it the Bucks? Either way, back-to-back, very tough games. If they can win both of them, that's going to be huge. I think I like the Bucks, or I think I like the Raiders here. We could get some good value. I think I'm going to call it Bucks -2 overall, though, for our prediction. Alrighty, Steelers and Titans, and I'm so upset. I'm so upset these teams have to face each other. One of these teams will have a loss because they have to face each other, and that's unfortunately how it's going to have to go. And it's at 1 o'clock, so this should be prime time television. I'm very upset at whoever made the schedule. But anyway, Steelers defense is absolutely fantastic, and the Titans offense is absolutely fantastic. So one thing has to give. Titans are at home for another week. What is that? 3 straight weeks are at home for? So well done to the Tennessee Titans for taking advantage here. Big Ben on the road against a very good team. This is their toughest opponent by far, folks. Coming into this week, their toughest opponent was the Browns last week, and they played very well. 38-7 win for the Steelers. But now they have to go and travel to Tennessee, where the Titans have just been absolutely explosive offensively, putting up so many big points, thanks to their offense and thanks to their defense. So both facets of their game getting it done on a weekly basis, and you love to see it. Definitely going to be a close game. Probably going to be a close pick'em. I'll probably have it Titans -1. It's going to be real close. Possibly, I'm going to call it Titans -3. These teams are so very good, and they're not very similar. Titans just have a fantastic running game that really opens up the passing game, where the Steelers just have a very good passing game that kind of opens up the running game a little bit. So Titans probably -3. These teams are so similar. They're so similar talent-wise. They have talent literally everywhere. I think I like the Steelers' defense a little bit better overall. So I think I like Big Ben as the quarterback better, and I think I like the Steelers' defense better than the Titans' defense. But the Titans are at home, and they have Derrick Henry, and they have Ryan Tannehill on the rollout, who's very good, and Big Ben's not mobile at all. He's barely moving this season. I don't think he wants to move. He's kind of a statue in the pocket. Quick getting the ball out of his hands. He doesn't want to hold on to it long. Dink and dunk over the field, where Ryan Tannehill's like, move me out of the pocket. Let me work a little bit. So very excited for this game. Gonna be tough to call. I stay away from it. Very much so. I stay away from it. One team, I think this game is going to be close. I hope this game is close. If this game is close, both of these teams will most likely stay in the top 5. If it's a blowout either way, then we'll adjust accordingly. But I expect this game to be very close. Probably low scoring. I don't think Titans, they just put up 42 points in back-to-back weeks. I think they kind of cool it down a little bit, and the Steelers defense checks them a little bit. If I have to pick a winner, It's gonna be close, man. Truly, like I knew that these two teams were playing early in the week, and it kind of just it made me depressed because I want to see both of these teams be very good. I do like what I'm seeing from both of these teams, but if I have to choose a winner, I think I have to go. Forgive me for saying this. I think I go with the Steelers on the road, even though that I had the Titans above the Steelers in my power rankings. I think I like the Steelers' defense better, and I think it can kind of disrupt this Titans team. We'll see how it actually works out, but my thinking, I think the Steelers' defense comes to play, and I think they shut down Ryan Tannehill. We'll see what happens. Going to be a great game. Can't wait to watch it. Definitely this will be on my main screen. I'll find out a way. If it's not on national television, I'll find a different way to put it on, but it is going on my big screen, the 55-incher. That's going to be the main game to watch for this week. Definitely. Best game of the week. Easy. Green Bay Texans close second. Cardinals, Seahawks close third. Bucks, Raiders close fourth. But Steelers, Titans cannot wait. All right, last two games, and then we check the lines. Here we go. Jags, Chargers. Chargers coming off of a bye, and Jags coming off 5 straight losses. Love the Chargers here. This is gonna be Justin Herbert's first win. How crazy! He started 0-4. How absolutely crazy. The man's got an arm. Chargers coming off of a bye, so I hope they kind of develop Herbert's offense a little bit, put in plays down the field for this man. The man's got the cannon as an arm, so let him open it up a little bit. You should absolutely stop the Jaguars. They're absolute trash. Gardner Minshew cannot play. He's on the road. He cannot play. Chargers at home in their new stadium. It's going to work very well. I expect Justin Herbert to have a fantastic game. Them coming off the bye. I'm going to call this one big. I'm going to call it Chargers -7. It would not surprise me if it's more than that, but I love the Chargers coming off the bye. If it's anything less than Chargers -7, you hammer it. Chargers coming off a bye. Justin Herbert with an extra week to prepare. Justin Herbert getting new plays installed in the offense in the bye week. You love to see it. He showed so much great promise against the Bucks. Remember, they took two deep shots against the Bucks, and they both turned into touchdowns because of big passes by Justin Herbert. He can make the passes, but this Chargers team is holding him back with the play calling. Get away from the dink and dunk. He doesn't need it. The arm can help. The arm does not need to be coddled in the dink and dunk. Open it up. You've got good receivers. You've got good weapons. You've got speed. You've got the arm. I love the Chargers here. Big, folks. As I said, hopefully Vegas doesn't overvalue the Chargers so we can get some good value as the better. But I love the Chargers here. We call it -7. I hope it's not anything more than that, but we'll have it at Chargers -7. Alrighty then, Bears and Rams, and this one's going to be interesting as well. Monday night game. This is going to be a good one, folks. Good defenses the Bears and Rams have. The Bears definitely have a better defense. They've been winning games solely on their defense. Nick Foles is still looking very not good. We've looked at his past 3 games in depth. He's not accurate. He makes poor interceptions. He makes poor decisions. In general, they cannot move the ball down the field. They barely put up any points. Rams at home. Once again, that's going to be good for them. Their defense is still pretty good. Aaron Donald up front, Jalen Ramsey in the backfield. Their offensive weapons are better than the Bears. The Rams have the better quarterback. They have the better receivers. Bears do have the better defense, though. But I think I like the Rams here. I'm going to go with this offense that, a little struggling here and there, but overall I think, they can get it done when they need to. Where the Bears, Nick Foles, he's just looking so bad, folks. I really cannot buy Nick Foles at all. Rams at home, better offense, better coach. Coaches are kind of similar, but I get the better offense with the Rams at home, and Nick Foles, he kind of flounders, but this is a primetime game that gives me a little bit of extra confidence in Nick Foles, but overall, I think I like the Rams here. Jalen Ramsey, Aaron Donald should be wrecking havoc against Nick Foles, putting up the pressure on him, and then taking advantage of that pressure by picking off bad throws. So I love the Rams here, honestly. I think the Bears are kind of overvalued a little bit. Their offense really just cannot get anything done, truly. So I like the Rams here. I think the Rams are going to be probably -3. just because the Bears, I mean, they're 5-1. You got to respect it, and their defense is just truly great. I mean, possibly one of the best defenses in the league. I have not been giving the Bears defense too much credit, but I think I need to start doing it. So I am going to start doing it right now, and I think it's going to be Rams -3 is the official line, and I think I'm fine with betting that, to be honest. Alrighty, we went in, predicted every line of all the games this week, so let's see how close we are. Are we on target? Are we on base? Are we far off? We've got the DraftKings Sportsbook right here to tell us. So here we go. We'll go through the lines. Here we go. Thursday Night Football, the official line is, well, let's tell you what we predicted first. We officially predicted this line at Eagles -6, and it's going to be Eagles -4.5, so I absolutely love it. A little less than I was thinking, and that's perfect for us as the bettor. This Eagles team is good. Well, they should be good. They should be good on paper. They have a good quarterback who, has proven that he can win games and can get to the playoffs. He just can't stay healthy. That's his one knock. But now he's been throwing interceptions this season, so that's not good. But this Giants team, I mean, truly is just not good. Their defense is not good. I do like Daniels as their quarterback. I do think he's okay, but he doesn't win games, and you have to win games in this league, and he does not do that. So Eagles -4.5, I think it's a solid bet here. I don't know if the Giants really can do anything offensively against this Eagles team. So Eagles here, they can get back on track. It's prime time. It's against the Giants, their easiest opponent this season. Well, they had Washington week 1, and they blew a 17-point lead. But anyway, I like the Eagles here. -4.5, a little iffy at that part, but Eagles straight up, I definitely do like it. They are -235, unfortunately now. That's why we kind of wanted a lower spread, so the money line would not be too big off from the point spread. But Eagles, I think I like it. A little off on we over predicted a little bit, but that's fine. I'd rather over than under. So Eagles -4.5. I think that's a good bet. That's going to be our moneymaker. We will take Eagles minus the points. I just don't think that the Giants, they prove that they can stay in games, but they prove that they can't win games, and it's usually that 7-point mark that they lose it by. And I think we get a kind of a resurrection here game by the Eagles. And we're all talking about them tomorrow, saying, the Eagles are the best teams in the AFC or the NFC East. And, everybody owes Carson Wentz an apology. That's going to be the narrative tomorrow, folks. Get used to it. Get ready for it. Kind of like Josh Allen, how we owed him an apology. We are going to have to offering Carson Wentz an apology tomorrow, unfortunately. Which I will not do. I will not do that. I'm just saying people will be asking for that. Alrighty, Bills, Jets. We officially predicted this game at Bills -13, and it's Bills -12.5. Right on target, right on par, right under that kind of 14-point, 2-touchdown spread. And I like it. Bills coming off of, 2 bad losses. Is it 2 bad losses? It's 2 bad losses, right? They were 4-0. Yeah, 2 bad losses. Against good teams, and now they get the Jets, an easy team, and they usually show out for this game. So I like the Bills here. Josh Allen is going to have a pretty good game, probably 3 touchdowns, no picks, where Joe Flacco has probably 2 picks and not looking good. So Bills -12.5. I think we like it. Once again, we just kind of have to deal with it. If the Jets cover the 12.5, it just sucks, but we would have to deal with it. But the Jets prove that they just cannot do anything. They can't do anything. They are at home, which is definitely going to make them a little bit more comfortable, but still, they can't do anything. I can't trust Adam Gase. We would just have to live with it. That's the best bet. This is the safest bet. Bills -12.5. Let's see what we can bet them up to. Here we go. The game lines. We can go all the way up to Bills -26, and that's probably the better bet, to be honest. It's +575. You put 500 on that, and you're walking away with 3,300. I would take that. Bet that. Bet your house on Bills -26 points against the Jets. 2 cars in the driveway. 1 car goes to Bills -26. We'll find where the other car goes as we progress through this. But yeah, Bills -12.5, easy. Take that. Alrighty. Packers, Texans. We officially predicted this game at Texans -3, and it's going to be Packers -3. Oh boy. Okay. I love this, folks. I love it. I love it. I love it. Houston +3. Love it. I won't say best bet of the week because we're only three spreads in so far, but love the Texans here. This is not the 0-4 Texans team. This is the 1-1 Texans team we have to start talking about, and this is the 0-1 Packers team we have to start talking about. Packers off a bye, and they go and do that performance. That's not good, folks. You should be clean cut off the bye. You should be winning games. You should not be turning the ball over off a bye. So Packers on the road again off of a bye. Texans climbing. They felt kind of cheated last game. They thought they should have won that game against the Titans. They led in the game and then gave up a game-tying drive and then didn't even get the ball in overtime. So they are, going to be playing very well. They can put up the points. They've shown that they can put up points. Without their head coach, they put up 30 and then 36. So I expect that total to keep climbing. They're at home. This is perfect. Aaron Rodgers, yes, he's going to play with a little bit of vengeance, but I mean, if you couldn't get yourself psyched up to play in a matchup where you wanted to play better than Tom Brady and then you go and throw 2 interceptions, how are you going to talk yourself up to go on the road against Deshaun Watson? So I love the Texans here, plus 3.5. I think Vegas is kind of overvaluing the Packers' loss last week. I'm sorry, my nose is just dripping over here. I'm trying not to call attention to it. But, Texans plus 3.5. I absolutely love this, folks. Woo! Yeah, Texans plus 3.5. Sometimes we catch Vegas overcompensating, and I think they do it here. I honestly think these teams are kind of evenly matched. High-powered offenses. Packers definitely have a better defense. I'll give them that. But, Texans are playing free without their head coach. Romeo Crennel is doing a fantastic job as the interim head coach. Texans had the opportunity to be 2-0 coming off of their coach's firing. Packers are 0-1 off the bye. Packers on the road again. Aaron Rodgers might try to do too much here. I like the 3.5 here. Yeah, maybe Texans don't win, but I get 3.5 points, more than a field goal? Absolutely. At home with their offense getting back on track. I love the Texans plus 3.5. Woo! Yeah. Texans plus 3.5, baby. I love it. Damn, that's a good bet. That's a good bet. I love it. Woo! Take that. Bet that now before that goes anywhere. Before everybody starts watching Takes by Fans and hammers the Texans plus 3.5, then come Sunday, it's Texans like plus 1, and we get no value there. Wow. That's an overcompensation, folks. I'm telling you. I don't think I'm going to be eating my words on come Monday. I don't think so. I think we'll have to replay this clip on Monday just to show how right we were. All right, here we go. Let's continue on. I can't get that spread out of my mind. All right, Steelers, Tennessee. We officially had this line predicted at Titans minus 3, and it's going to be Titans minus 1.5. Okay, so Vegas is telling you they like the Steelers more than the Titans, and I can agree with that. I said it when we were predicting the lines. I think I like the Steelers here. I think their defense can definitely get it done. And Big Ben has proven that he's not turning the ball over this season, so that's absolutely fantastic. Not getting a lot of value in the spread, though. Would have liked, Steelers plus 3. That would have been fine to take, but Steelers plus 1.5, basically just choosing the winner here. And I feel confident with the Steelers. I think I do, but, this game is going to be close, and it's going to be fun to watch, so I am going to stay away from it. We were a little off. I did not think that Vegas would value the Steelers over the Titans. I honestly did not think that. I thought they would see them kind of equal, but they value the Steelers better than the Titans, and I can understand it. Titans coming off of like a good win and 2 good wins, 2 40-point wins. I don't think they get back up to 40. We'll see if they can kind of continue just dominating the ball offensively. I just kind of feel like this Titans magic is just going to run out at some point, and I don't feel that way against the Steelers and Steelers and Seahawks. Out of the top 3 teams on my power rankings, out of all the undefeated teams left, I just feel like the Titans magic is going to run out at some point. That's how I feel. I don't feel that same way with the Steelers and Seahawks. I just don't. So I like the Steelers here on the road because I like their defense. The spread, telling me that these teams are pretty much evenly matched, but the Steelers do have the edge because of their defense, and Big Ben's not turning it over. So probably going to stay away from this game just because it really could go either way. But if I had to bet it, I like the Steelers, and Vegas agrees with me, which scares me a little bit. But, hey, Sometimes they do agree with me. Sometimes they don't, a la Packers, Texans. But yeah, we probably, if we have to take it, we take the 1.5. We'll take the points in this situation. Alrighty, Panther Saints. We officially predicted this matchup at Saints -8, and it's going to be Saints -7.5. So right on target. Once again, folks. 7.5 is a little iffy, but I do think the Saints can win by 10, no problem. Carolina's a little kind of overvalued in my opinion. I don't know how they're winning these games. They're not doing it against, the best teams in the league. They're kind of, the average to below average games that they are winning. So Saints here coming up to buy, absolutely love it. The 7.5 though, I might buy it down to like 6.5 just so I get the 7, but I do think they win by 10. But the Saints here, I love this bet. This should hit all day. This should really be the best bet of the night, to be honest, the best bet of the week. Saints -7.5, swallow the points. Really should have no trouble here. Carolina will not be able to keep up offensively. They just kind of catch fire sometimes during games offensively. We saw it against Atlanta in that second quarter where that 50-yard pass that really shouldn't have went for a touchdown did go for a touchdown. They just kind of rode that momentum for the rest of the second quarter, and that was really it. They didn't really score for the rest of the game. And they kind of did that against last week. What happened last week? Where are they at? Who am I looking for? Were they on a bye? No. Why am I forgetting their game? Right here, the Bears. I mean, the defense held them to 16 points. The Bears' defense is good. I get it, but Carolina at home couldn't really move the ball. So, love the Saints here. Absolutely love it. Saints -7. Love it, love it, love it, love it, love it. All right, Browns and Bengals. We officially predicted this line at Bengals -1, and it's going to be Bengals +3. Oh, boy. Another one. Do I like? I don't like it that much. So we were definitely off here. They're valuing the Browns better, and I can see why. I just don't trust Baker Mayfield, and I think those trick plays, you can't run them every week. You can barely run them back-to-back weeks. Trick plays really do not work more than one time. That's why they're called trick plays. Once you run the trick, nobody falls for it anymore. So Baker Mayfield's going to have to go and throw good. This Bengals defense isn't anywhere close to the Steelers defense. I get it. But the Browns are still on the road, and I would say the Bengals are trending, or the Browns are trending down while the Bengals are trending up. I get 3 at home. Joe Burrow seems to be confident, keeping his team in games. I think I like the Bengals here. The Browns defense is good, but just Baker Mayfield, man. I mean, you can't trust him. So this one's going to be close. I probably stay away from the game, but Bengals +3 I think may be the better bet here. Maybe. Alrighty, Detroit and Atlanta. We officially predicted this game at Falcons -3, and it's Falcons -2.5. So once again, right on track. But this is telling you that on a neutral field, they like the Lions a half a point better. Falcons -3 for the home field, but it's Falcons -2.5. So you see why it's that. So Falcons here, I do think this is great value. I think they can win straight up. They're at home. Their offense is good. They're feeling good without their head coach. So that's a good sign. Where like the Lions, I just don't like them. They're kind of like the Panthers. I don't understand how they're winning. I watch how they score, and it doesn't impress me in the slightest ways. So I like the Falcons here. I think this is a good bet. Falcons -2.5. This is a new Falcons team, folks. I'm not ready to bail on them. I like the Falcons here, honestly. I've got some good bets here, folks. Saints -7.5. That's definitely going to be a pick tomorrow in our locks. And Atlanta -2.5 is definitely going to be a pick in our locks. I mean, these are good bets, folks. Right off the rip. I don't even have to think about them. These are good. Alrighty, Cowboys in Washington. We officially predicted this game at Washington -1. Washington -1, right on the money, baby. Love it, love it. So this is interesting. Obviously, Cowboys on paper are the better team. They have so many pieces offensively where Washington does not. They could not even really move the ball against the Giants defense last week, folks. I mean, they put up 19 points. You take 6 away. They really only scored 13 points throughout that entire game. Not great. Kyle Allen, can't trust them. I think Andy Dalton is better than Kyle Allen a little bit. This Cowboys team definitely has to get it figured out, though. They're on the road. I don't like Mike McCarthy. I think these stories are just going to get worse and worse every single week. There'll be more information coming out. This is his first year. We're not even halfway through the season, and stories about how poor these coaches are is starting to leak. Not great, because they do have good pieces offensively and defensively. They have a lot more pieces offensively, but, I mean, the Cowboys should win this game. They should. Will they? I don't know. I probably just stay away from it. It's a little too iffy for me, but Cowboys +1, probably got to rock with it. That's all. That's my confidence level in this game. Cowboys +1, you just got to rock with it. Alrighty, let's continue on. Seahawks and Cardinals. We predicted this line at a pick'em. And whoa! Wow, okay. Cardinals +3.5. Okay, I get why Vegas is doing that. Seahawks coming off of a bye. That's really all I got. I get why this Cardinals team shouldn't be overvalued. I 100% understand, because they just go to DeAndre Hopkins all the time. And let's be honest, who have the Cardinals beat? Nobody great. They started off 2-0, and they started to face some not good teams. So they started off 2-0, then they went 0-2, and then they faced the Jets that they won, and then they beat the Cowboys. Who cares? So I understand that. This is interesting. I didn't think the spread was going to be like this, to be honest. So I'm a little thrown off. But Seahawks, I can understand it. Seahawks off the bye, and the Cardinals, I mean, Kyler Murray threw 33% last week, folks. Somehow they won because the running game got started. But, this Cardinals offense, they kind of struggle sometimes, and we saw it struggle last week, but the defense bailed them out, and thankfully they did. But other than that, I mean, the Cardinals offense really hasn't. They look good on the highlights, but when you take into their full game accounts, when you take into their entire season accounts, it's just a lot of forcing DeAndre Hopkins the ball and not translating to wins every week. That's what it's going to come down to. So this one's interesting. I think I like the 3.5. Seahawks defense has really been bend but don't break this entire season. They've been giving up big points. They're coming off of a bye, though. That's going to be huge for them. I think I stay away from this game, honestly. Probably stay away from it. Just too much uncertainty here. I stay away from it. All right, Chiefs-Broncos. Couple of games left. Chiefs-Broncos. We officially predicted this line at Chiefs -7, and it's going to be Chiefs -9.5. I understand it. I mean, this offense is so explosive. Just sometimes it takes a little extra, time for it to get jump-started. They sometimes wait until the fourth quarter to go and, score 10-plus points. Sometimes that happens. But Drew Lock got picked off twice by Bill Belichick's defense in the fourth quarter. I think this Chiefs team could do the same, honestly. I think their defense is pretty good. Drew Lock is not the best quarterback. They've got really no big weapons offensively or defensively. Chiefs are bringing in Le'Veon Bell. They're going to be looking to use him, jumpstart him into the offense, look for a lot of trick plays, a lot of speed off the edge, a lot of read options. I expect all of that. Chiefs come get the win here. No problem. Chiefs -9.5. Gonna live with it. Gonna swallow the points there. Alrighty, 49ers, Patriots. We predicted this one at Patriots -2, Patriots -1.5, right on target. And I think I like the Patriots here. Straight up, probably don't take the points, but yeah, go straight up here. Patriots at home. I look for Cam Newton to bounce back. Let's not take, last week's performance by Cam Newton too much into account here. First game back from COVID, he's going to be a little off, and he was. So I expect him to get back on track here. Bill Belichick's defense can hold the 49ers. They can do that. So, Cam just has to be, productive, and I think he can definitely do that. So I like the Patriots here. Not ready to buy into the 49ers just quite yet. We'll see what they do this week. But Patriots at home for a second straight week. Cam, doesn't have to travel. We like it. Jags Chargers. We predicted this one at, where are we? Chargers -7, Chargers -7.5, right on target, folks. And I like it. I mean, Chargers, they should have no problem winning this game. Expect Justin Herbert to have a magnificent game. I'm talking 4 touchdowns, no picks. They put up 35-plus points, no problem. Jacksonville's going to struggle to score. They're going to be struggling to stop this Chargers team. Chargers are good against bad teams. This is the worst team they probably faced all season. Justin Herbert gets his first win. They're coming off of a bye. Everything's lining up. Love the Chargers, -7 here. Absolutely love it. All right, Bucks, Raiders. We had this one predicted at Bucks -2, and it's going to be Bucks -4, so a little bit more than I thought, and I love the Raiders +4.5. You're giving me 4 points. I'll take that. Raiders at home. They've proven that they have a high-powered offense. They're coming off of a bye, extra week to prepare. Sunday Night Football, John Gruden loves the lights. He knows he's casted these games. He's looked at, the films of high primetime games. He knows the energy that goes into it. He knows the production that goes into it. He knows all of this, folks. So he knows he's got to bring it here. He knows he's got to put on the show. Tom Brady, coming off of a very solid win over Green Bay last week, may be feeling a little bit overconfident. Maybe he rode off the Raiders a little bit, but I love the Raiders here +4. You get tremendous value here for the home team. Love it, love it, love it, love it. Raiders +4. Absolutely love it. Absolutely love it. Alrighty, Bears and Rams last game. We predicted this one at Rams -3, and wow, it's Rams -6, and I understand it. I get it. I just didn't think Vegas would go this much in favor of the Rams. The Bears, they cannot move the ball offensively. What do the Rams have? A good defense. They're at home, so their offense is going to be good regardless of what happens in the game. So the Bears have a good defense, I get it, but with Nick Foles, I mean, you can't move the ball. So, I mean, if the Bears are stopping the Rams defensively but are not scoring, it's going to demoralize the Bears defense, and they're not in, third quarter, fourth quarter. They're going to be gassed. They, are going to be like, why does it even matter? We can't score, so does it even matter if we get the stop? It doesn't. So their confidence throughout the game is going to vary. The Bears could be good, keep the game close in the first quarter, but as the game progresses, the Rams will figure it out. Their offense will start scoring points where the Bears offense will not. So that's where the Bears defense is going to start giving up when they see the Rams putting points on the board, but Nick Foles can't. So, like the Rams here, the 6 is scaring me off a little bit. I probably take the 6 points with the Bears. I know you call me crazy after everything I just said, but 6 is a lot in this league. Nick Foles on prime time is definitely going to want to make a case. So he probably play the best he'll play this season in this game. Primetime game, 8 o'clock, Monday Night Football. Unfortunately, it's on the road for Nick Foles, but I expect the Bears defense to kind of hang around a little bit, and we'll see if Nick Foles can kind of pull off a couple of good plays, get them up to like 21 points, and if they score at least 21, I don't know if the Rams could score more than 20, 27, 28, so the +6 comes in, and now you're competitive. So I think I like the 6 here, but I probably stay away from the game. There's a lot of other good bets here, folks. I mean, there's a lot of great bets here. The Raiders +4 is a great bet. Chargers -7.5, great bet. Chiefs -9.5 is a pretty good bet. What else do we got? Atlanta, it's an alright bet, not a great bet. Saints -7.5, great bet. Yeah, so some great bets and some good bets. Bills -12.5, good bet. Texans +3.5, I think it's a good bet, folks. I think it's a good bet. So a lot of better games to take than this Bears-Rams one, truly. Alrighty, that is going to do it for us today. Tomorrow, I'm going to dig around in those kind of first quarter bets and see if we get anything good. They're my favorite bets to hit, points in a first quarter by a team. We hit them all last week. We'll try to dig in a little bit deeper here. One off the rip. Let me see if I can find one off the rip that would be good. That would be kind of good. I'm looking at Chargers here. Just because off of a bye, they're going to be scripted very well. Bad team in Jacksonville. If we can get this like Chargers under 13.5 for the first half, it's going to be great. 13.5, so right on par. Usually never get over 14.5. I would never bet anything over 14.5 in the first half. I would stay away from that. But I think this is great value here. Chargers over 13.5 points for the first half. They're the better team. coming off of a bye at home. Expect them to, beat their first drive, come out in a touchdown. And then you're just searching for a touchdown for the rest of the first half. I think it's a solid bet. Jags are trash. They probably turn it over once in the first quarter, first half. Love it, love it, love it. Chargers plus 13 or over 13.5 for the first half. I think it's a definite solid bet. Let me see if I can find it. Let's see what's Thursday Night Football. Let's see if there's any good one tonight. Where do we go? Team props. Here we go. Alrighty, so we got Giants over 9.5 for the first half. Not in love with it. Eagles over 12.5 for the first half. So, I don't really love either of these. I guess if I had to take one, I think I like the Giants just because it's touchdown field goal. Where the Eagles, 12.5 touchdown field goal puts you at 10. Then you need another score. You score 2 field goals. Now you're at 6. Now you have to hope for the touchdown. So Giants touchdown field goal, quick and simple. Carson Wentz shows that he could turn it over in the first quarter. He loses all these games in the first quarter, folks. So I probably stay away from anything with the Eagles in the first half just because they get off to slow starts. But, the Giants aren't going to just put up a ton of points. They're not going to do that. And the Eagles, over time, get it rolling and be competitive and can score 28 points in 2 quarters. They can do that. So that's definitely going to help them here. I think I just like the Eagles straight up tonight. But yeah, nothing great here, I don't think. Nothing great. Unfortunate. So our official moneymaker for tonight is just going to be Eagles minus 4.5. I like the Eagles straight up, really. But, yeah, Eagles win the game and probably be first in the division, depending on the tiebreaker. I think they have the tiebreaker because they tied a game. But, yeah, tomorrow we will have our official picks. I'll go and see if I find any good of those half points by a team in the first half. If I see anything I like, I will put those in our bets tomorrow. But yeah, that's going to do it. We were pretty good this week. We were pretty good. I think 2 were big off. I think the Texans one we were hugely off on because we predicted Texans minus 3 and it was Texans plus 3. So that's a huge leap. And then we were off. What was the other one we were off on? Raiders? Yeah, Raiders. We called it Bucks minus 2, but it's Bucks minus 4. We were a little off on that one. Yeah, but yeah, feeling good. Oh, Bears or Ram. Which one was it? I thought there was another one we were pretty off on. Rams minus 3 to minus 6, decently off there. But yeah, other than that, we were pretty much dead on. Alrighty, yeah, so that's it for today. Thanks for coming out. Thanks for watching. Remember to follow me on Twitter at TakesByFans. Be a part of the conversation. Let me know what you guys think. Watch daily live, noon Eastern, twitch.tv/TakesByFans. And yeah, we'll be back tomorrow with our official picks on our Friday show, and we will recap Thursday Night Football. So, good show coming tomorrow. Please join. It would be fun. It would be greatly appreciated. Alrighty, so that's it for today. Thanks for coming out. Thanks for watching, and we will see you tomorrow.